Welcome students. Online class subject physics for 12th standard. Today we have to study about the chapter structure of atom and nuclei. Yesterday we have seen some revisional points. Today we have seen shortly revisional points, and then we continue the period. So we know that in Bohr series of hydrogen atoms we want to determine energy of electron. Two types of energy: kinetic energy, potential energy. Summation of these two energy gives total energy of electron. So kinetic energy of electron, it is m raised to 4 divided by 8 epsilon 0 h square n square, or in bracket m raised to 4 upon 8 epsilon 0 h square into 1 upon n square. If bracket term is constant, then kinetic energy of electron is inversely proportional to square of principal quantum number. Similar formula will be there for potential energy of electron. We detail study the potential energy of electron. This potential energy of electron having negative direction, because when force is acting on electron, then work is done and electron will be displaced. The displacement of electron and force, they are opposite in direction, so that potential energy will be electric potential into charge of electron, and electric potential will be obtained by amount of work in bringing unit positive charge from infinity to that point. So if their product will be there, so potential energy of electron, it will be minus m raised to 4 upon 4 epsilon 0 h square n square. When we add kinetic energy of electron and potential energy of electron, then total energy of electron in hydrogen atom, it will be minus m raised to 4 upon 8 epsilon 0 h square bracket into multiplied by 1 upon n square, means if bracket term is constant, so that total energy of electron or kinetic energy of electron or potential energy of electron will be inversely proportional to the square of principal quantum number. If we substitute the constant value like mass of electron, charge of electron, permittivity of free space, Planck's constant, if value will be substituted, then you get the answer, and the answer will be minus 13.6 electron volt or minus 13.5 electron volt. So from these three formulas we can give the relationship between kinetic energy, potential energy and total energy. If we see kinetic energy and total energy, then we conclude that kinetic energy equal to minus total energy or total energy equal to minus kinetic energy, and both having the formula m raised to 4 upon 8 epsilon 0 square h square n square minus bracket close, and negative term is there. But if we can see the potential energy and total energy, then we see that total energy will be half into 1 upon or minus half into minus me raised to 4 upon 4 epsilon 0 square h square n square. If we multiply 2 and 4, then minus minus negative will be positive, and so that total energy equal to half of potential energy, or potential energy equal to 2 times total energy. Why we can see the relation? Because if numericals or problems can be asked, if a problem is asked, find the kinetic energy of electron in third orbit, then we can substitute the value of n, that is 3. Mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Charge of electron 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Epsilon 0 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 coulomb square per Newton meter square. And H is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second. By substituting this value, so you get answer. If question is also asked, also find total energy. If answer will be there, answer will be in positive term, then total energy will becomes negative. So negative of kinetic energy, it gives as total energy. If we can find out total energy, also find potential energy. Means from one question we can find out two another terms. If we ask total energy, potential energy or kinetic energy, then remaining two terms can be find out from the study of problems or numericals and competitive exams. Such type of question may be asked. So today we have studied Bohr's formula or Bohr's relation. In this Bohr's formula, we see that in normal unexcited hydrogen atom, normal unexcited hydrogen atom, an electron resides in innermost orbit will be n equal to 1 for in its ground state. When electron resides innermost orbit for ground state, then total energy of electron in ground state, it will be either minus 13.5 electron volt or minus 13.6 electron volt. So question arises in our mind, why minus 13.5 electron volt or why minus 13.6 electron volt? Because if we can take constant term and you solve by logarithmic, then your answer will be either minus 13.5 something, or approximately it can be taken as minus 13.6 electron volt. If atom is subjected to external energy and if it is equal to greater than plus 13.6 electron volt or plus 13.5 electron volt, then electron becomes free. this process or such process called ionization. We can remember, if a question is there, find ionization or find ionization potential, then a problem will be solved for total energy of electron which is in negative term and magnitude of total energy, means minus of total energy, it gives plus value, and such process will be called as ionization for electron which resides in innermost orbit n equal to 1 or ground state. For this, the electron stays in this ground state for very short interval of time, 10 raised to minus 8 seconds, and these electrons jump back to the ground state. Electron stays in the ground state or state for very short interval time, about 10 raised to minus 8 seconds, and jump back to the ground state. So the transition to the ground may be in a single step, or electron may first jump to intermediate state level and to the ground state. The transition to the ground, it may be in a single step, or electron may first jump to intermediate state level and to the ground state. During this transition, the difference between two energies or energies of two states is radiated in the form of photon of a particular frequency. So first of all, we want to see what is photon. According to Planck's quantum theory, energy is radiated in the form of shower or in the form of packets. Each packet will be said to be photon. So here, if absorbed energy is less than 13.6 electron volt or electron, it jumps to higher permitted orbit and the atom is said to be excited state. If absorbed energy is less than 13.6 electron volt, electron jump to higher permitted orbit and atom is said to be excited state. This proves Bohr's third postulate. Means during each transition, difference between the energy of two states is radiated in the form of photon of a particular frequency. State that energy of photon is difference between total energy of electron from higher orbit to lower or outer to inner orbit, and this, using this third postulate, we can find out Bohr's formula. So in next video we can see the Bohr's formula to determine wave number or wavelength.